Welcome to our channel. How Caitlin Clark Fever appended a WNBA doormat. Hristie Sides has spent most of her life in basketball. She played on Louisiana Tech's 1999 Final Four team, was an assistant coach for Louisiana State's Final Four teams, and spent a decade as an assistant in the WNBA. But none of that prepared Sides for her second season as head coach of the Indiana Fever. That was when the team used the No. 1 overall pick to draft a sharpshooter from the University of Iowa named Caitlin Clark, and their entire world was turned upside down. An early hint of how dramatically different this year would be came when the team went on an early season road trip. Before this year, Sides says she had never received a call on her hotel phone from a random member of the public. This season, she got a bunch of voicemails from people wanting to meet players, wanting tickets, wanting, an autograph. Like any good coach confronted with an unfamiliar situation, Sides said she made some adjustments. That included checking into hotels under aliases to avoid the sudden burst of outsized attention. Yeah, I think there's some of us that have some fake names out there, at hotels, Sides said. I mean, it's crazy when you just said that, just to think about that's what's happening. Entering the season, the Fever were a young, rebuilding team that Sides thought would take until 2025 or 2026 to reach the playoffs. Instead, with Clark averaging more than 19 points and 8.4 assists per game and winning WNBA Rookie of the Year, they made it this season. Indiana is down 0-1 to the Connecticut Sun and faces a must-win road game in a best-of-3 first-round series on Wednesday. When the Fever started the season 1-8, a legion of mostly new fans had strong and sometimes ornery opinions about their play on the court. Sides would often trend on social media mostly because people were calling for her to be fired. I've talked to some NFL coaches, I've talked to some NBA head coaches, and they've gone through this, Sides said. This has been their life for years, so they're used to it. We didn't have a scouting report on it, so we weren't prepared. When Fever forward Aliyah Boston, the 2023 No. 1 overall pick from South Carolina, struggled at the season's start. She was attacked on social media so relentlessly that she logged out of her accounts. At road games, Fever fans show up by the hundreds or even thousands. At the first playoff game, a Connecticut announcer trolled visitors by putting them on a bandwagon cam and labeling them Fever fans since 2024. The Fever started pulling into underground parking garages at their hotels, Sides said, rather than wade through the large crowds of people that gather at the front door. At home games, fans show up early to the arena and stay as long as it takes. We don't get out of there till late, and it is still packed when we come out, Sides said. I've coached a long time, and it's things I never thought would happen for us. The fervor around Clark started building at Iowa, where she became major college basketball's all-time leading scorer. Clark Mania jumped to the Fever last February 29, when she declared she would skip her extra year of eligibility for the COVID-19 pandemic and go to the WNBA. Even before Indiana selected Clark No. 1 overall, an unprecedented ticket-buying frenzy ensued. In 2022, the team played at the state fairgrounds venue Indiana Farmers Coliseum, because their regular arena was being renovated. The Fever went a franchise-worst 5-31 that season and averaged fewer than 2,000 fans per game. This year, Indiana drew an all-time WNBA record 17,036 fans per game. That's more than the 16,526 average for the 2023-24 Pacers, the Eastern Conference finalists, with whom the Fever share Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We used to play in a barn with 6 fans, third-year Fever forward Nelisa Smith marveled, a few weeks before Indiana's May 14 season opener. Now we're going to be playing in sold-out arenas. Thanks you for watching. Stay connected with us for more videos.